enjoy talking about something that I don't that I don't really understand. I feel that as a person that has a platform that reaches 1 million black people a week, I have some obligation to try to do some research on it, right? I know that there's the boycott on the movie, and I am participating in the boycott by putting myself in the front line of seeing the movie, so that 100,000 people don't have to see it, right? So we spent $20 buying the tickets, and then the popcorn and shit be costing like $85 a box and shit. So we spent about $50. So I spent $50 to save the black community $2 or $3 million, right? So if 100,000 people don't have to see the movie, then that's, and each person, let's say each person on average spends $50. Well, 100,000 times 50 is what, $5 million. So maybe I saved the black community $5 million, right? Because this movie is not something I could ever recommend supporting, because they completely fucked it up. Now let me go into a little more detail. I actually took notes, y'all. So I got a couple pages of notes. So I'm gonna give you a quick scientific analysis as to why you can't read it. It's chicken scratch. It's my own personal language. But I did take notes, so I ain't just shooting from the hip. Last night I shot from the hip. You can go watch that video from yesterday if you want to. Hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the thumbs up button. All right. First of all, let's just start with the elephant in the motherfucking room. That black bounty hunter, goddamn, what the fuck were y'all thinking when y'all created this motherfucker? What planet did you? I don't think I've ever seen a villain in an Avengers movie more scary than this black bounty hunter that they made up for this movie. They literally were like, let's go get the scariest Negro in prison that we can possibly find, and let's make him the primary antagonist in this film. Let's take a slave movie, and let's find a way to blame it on black people. Let's literally take the Harriet Tubman story and tell our truth, which is that the reason Harriet Tubman had a hard time escaping was because the black man did not want her to be free. The black man wanted her dead. And this motherfucker, I swear to God, I feel bad for him, because I hear he's a friend of Tariq Nasheed's and he's a very good man. And I invite him to come onto the channel. If y'all know him, send him a note. I'll text Tariq actually and say, hey man, tell your boy he can come on the channel, defend himself, so nobody will just run up and want to kick him in the nuts in the mall or something. Because this poor brother, they're gonna put a price on his head after the way they portrayed him in this movie. It was like he was like Suge Knight meets Ike Turner, like in a black exploitation. So imagine Suge Knight and Ike Turner had a baby and put him in a 70s black exploitation movie about pimps and killers and gangsters. I mean, he's literally like, I'm gonna kill you, black bitch. Like he was, this bitch, we gonna go kill this bitch. And then here's the part I didn't know. This shocked my system. I wish I had been prepared in advance for this, because it kind of threw me off a little bit when they did this. They have a character in the movie they just made a lot of shit up. Like they created lots of characters. Like they just like rewrote. They did what they do to your kids in school. They kind of just wrote the whole story like the way they wanted to see it. And they invented a character that was played by Janelle Monáe. Now, Janelle is a great actress. She seemed like a decent person. I met her when I went to the Breakfast Club, but she didn't talk very much. She wasn't very friendly. I ain't gonna lie. She wasn't very friendly, but maybe she was having a bad day. So I'm gonna give her one off for that one. But on that day, I was like, damn, like, you ain't talking to nobody? Like, okay, well, fuck you too. Anyway, but Janelle Monáe did a great job playing this character, but here was the thing. She wasn't real. She wasn't real. There's no historical record of her. And there's no historical record of this Suge Knight, Ike Turner, black exploitation bounty hunter. There was no from prison, right? Like literally, like there's no historical record of either one of these characters. Now here's where this is deep. So whoever made this movie invents two primary black characters who were very central to the story. These were not coincidental people. These were not extras. These motherfuckers got a check for being in this movie. They had to memorize many dozens of lines to be in this film. This was not somebody who's like at the grocery store saying, or at the restaurant saying, may I take your order, please? These were characters that had to really go into character, like to really portray something on film. So these were significant characters in this film. They completely made them up. Now, if that's not insulting enough, the fact that they make up these two characters and then have them engage with one another. So you're not just making up the sources of the engagement, you're making up the engagement itself. And I'm going full circle with this. Only intelligent black people are going to get this. Only people that that are thinkers are going to really follow what I'm saying here. And I want to make sure you get this. So you're creating a whole world of interaction between the black man and the black woman. They artificially manufactured a black relationship between a black man and two black women. That you had Harriet Tubman and you had this Janelle Monáe character that they made up. What do they do with this? Well, they have the Suge Knight, Ike Turner, blaxploitation inmate kill and murder the fake Janelle Monáe character. Like, he goes in, the white man standing there, he doesn't do shit. That's the crazy part. The slave master, the motherfucker who like was responsible for, for keeping us enslaved for 400 years, he just sits there. He's an innocent bystander. It's the black man who runs up in Janelle Monáe's office and is beating the shit out of her. And then then there's a point where he literally lifts his leg up and stomps her in the face. And we were like, whoa. Like, so they literally made up some like world star shit for a Harriet Tubman movie portraying this black man as nothing more than a big bowl of toxic, abusive masculinity. Like